Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've made a video and I'm so happy to announce that I will be competing this year. I am competing after 3 years. If you haven't watched my other competition videos, vlogs and all that, I will link them above or at the end of the video. But currently I have 14 weeks out for my show, so I compete on December the 21st. And with this first video, I wanted to share what I'm gonna be eating. My eating is gonna be changing as I get closer and closer to the show time. But for right now, I have like good foods in my body. I'm not starving. I don't feel so hungry. I feel like I have really good meals and I just wanted to share them with you guys and see what I'm gonna be meal prepping for a couple of weeks from now. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be updated on my future videos for the competition series for this year. And don't forget to like, share, and follow me on my Instagram. So ignore all of this mess. I just got back from the grocery store, but I kind of wanted to show you guys what I got. I didn't need a whole lot of stuff, but I am just laying all this out here because I'm about to meal prep for the week. Now in the mornings, I do have oats with protein powder in there, so my breakfast is really easy. Sometimes it's oats, sometimes it's cream of rice. But for my main meals, like for lunch and dinner, I am thinking of having for lunch is gonna be some brown rice with some ground chicken and then some sweet potatoes that I have over there at the corner. And then for dinner time, I'm gonna have some brown rice again, some of one of these sauces, which I'll show you guys soon, and then some lettuce, and then some snap peas, some snow peas actually. These are so good. I wanted to create have like easy vegetables that I don't have to worry about steaming. It's just another thing because when you start meal prepping, you have to cook so much already. So I want to make it a little bit easier on me. And the sauces that I've chose, because obviously we have to wear calorie restricted, and these are the top ones that I found. Obviously mustard, it's not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna need this even later. I have some now, but I just needed some backup. This peri peri sauce, which only has 5 calories in there, and the sodium is pretty low, and then there is no fats, no carbs, no protein. And this one is really good. This is the garlic one. So I'm thinking of making like a garlic and cumin chicken, putting this on it, and then making kind of like a chipotle bowl where I'm gonna have lettuce, some brown rice, and then some snow peas to go with it. Now I was thinking of snow peas and I was thinking of broccoli, and I was like, I don't really feel like standing there and like steaming my broccoli, so I wanted to make it easier. And these are pretty good, so I'm just gonna have them just like that. It's just easy. And then the Taco Bell sauce, you guys, it is 0 calories and it's only 25 milligrams of sodium. So this is perfect. Like, you know, I'm gonna be slathering this on because oh my god, I saw 0, I was like, oh my god. So I feel like this prep is gonna be a lot more easier for me because I'm also used to eating a lots of these foods anyway. For about a whole year, obviously when I was off season, I was still eating right and still trying to train right, so that then when the day comes, like today, when it's time for prep, I'm not like uncomfortable or I can't eat this stuff and I feel like I'm miserable. So believe it or not, for the whole year, or all 3 of these years, basically every single day I've had oatmeal. And for lunch last year, I had ground chicken, rice, some sauce, some vegetables, and sweet potatoes every single day for lunch. There has been times where I have ate here and there, but oftentimes I always meal prepped for the week, and that's like what I had every single day. So I'm kind of used to eating that stuff, and then I'm also, you know, used to eating chicken every single day. I'm sure I'm gonna get tired of it now, but before, how my meals were, I did have chicken or some form of protein for dinner as well. So just to start off with something easy and also to save time in this video, I did go ahead and chop up my sweet potatoes, and the oven behind me just beeped, so it's ready, it's preheated. I did it to 425, and usually I'll do it for like 20 minutes and then I'll actually broil them so they're nice and crispy at the top. And for now, what I'm gonna do is I have my little sheet, and then I'm gonna just put on the cooking spray, the 0 calories, and nothing's gonna happen. I just don't want my sweet potatoes to be stuck on there. And then I'm just going to add all of this. And as far as seasoning goes, I just added this garlic and parsley one. It does have 0 calories, stuff like that, so it's pretty good. Fits in my meal prep. And then I just added just a dash of salt. And here's a tip that somebody gave me before when I was grocery shopping, that they want to make sure that their sweet potatoes are sweet, and if yours is not, they tell me that you gotta feel for the outside of the sweet potatoes, and if they're nice and smooth, that's how you know that they're gonna be sweet. So I'm just gonna pop this in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna get started on the next thing. Okay, coming to this side, I have my rice already here. I did 1.5 cups. I'm just gonna boil it, and then in this pan, first I'm gonna make my ground chicken, and in that pan I'm gonna make my normal chicken, but I forgot and my chicken is actually thawing out, so I probably won't record it in this video, but just know I will make my chicken, but just a couple of hours later. And this is where oils come to play, is that you want to make sure you're having healthy oils and healthy fats in your body. I'm not restricted so much on fats, but the best fat that I've found, and it's so good for your health in general as well, is a clarified butter, or in Indian we call it ghee. I was very fortunate that my mom came to visit me, so she actually made me homemade ghee. Yes, it's so good. She actually made it in a very big tub, but I'm putting it into this thing. And I'm gonna have 2 tablespoons of this in my ground chicken, and then 2 tablespoons of this in my other chicken. That's all you're gonna need. I just need a little bit of fats in while I'm cooking so that then it's not all dry. So I wanted to keep it simple. I'm just gonna add some green chilies into my ground chicken, and then I'll tell you guys what I do for the seasoning. So like while all that extra stuff is going on, and I'm sorry if you can't hear me so well because of the fan is on, I don't want to create like a fire in here. But what I did is I went ahead and already emptied out all my snap peas, and I just put them in here. And I will weigh them out separately because I'm going to put everything in like a container. I don't want to warm these up when I eat them. I like them eating them crisp and raw just like that. And it kind of mimics chips. We can't have that, right? So I'm gonna make like a chipotle bowl. So it's gonna be like lettuce and rice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut up my lettuce as well. And I'm gonna put it in a little container like this, because then once my chicken and rice, I've already warmed it up. I don't want to warm up my lettuce. I don't want it to be soggy. So I want it to be fresh. So I'm just going to put it in here. And then when it's time for eating, I'm going to weigh out my lettuce and I'm going to weigh out my snap peas. As far as my chicken goes, I am just going to make it really, really simple. I'm going to do cumin. And I'm going to do some lemon pepper seasoning right here. This one is also 0 calories, 55 grams of sodium, and less than 1 grams of carbs. And then I'm gonna add like a dash of salt. I'm also gonna have 2 tablespoons of ghee, just like I did with the ground chicken. My chicken is not done yet. It's not thawed out. I had a busy day, so I didn't have time to like take it out on time. And I'm gonna have to make that in a couple of hours, but that is what I'm gonna be doing for the chicken. So basically, I'm just going to assemble every single thing. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna be putting it into these containers or like this container. Sometimes I'll like dump this whole thing out on a plate, or if I'm on the go, I'm gonna need these. I would not recommend the plastic ones. I'm probably gonna switch to the glass ones, because you shouldn't be warming up plastic and eating it. It's not good for your health. Okay, so I went ahead and assembled it all like I said what I was gonna do, and I used the Taco Bell sauce because there's 0 calories in there. I totally forgot. I do this so much. I've done this last year so much that I go ahead and add my sauce already instead of carrying my sauce at work, but I forgot that because I work from home, I could just add the sauce whenever I heat the food. So, oh well, I already added it, but I guess when it's warmed up, it'll be perfectly fine. I used to do it before. But yeah, this is what I used to eat for like a whole year. If you haven't watched my other meal prep video, I will probably link it above, and this is exactly what I used to make, and this was my lunch. And then obviously dinner used to be a source of protein as well, like some paneer or cottage cheese or tofu or some chicken, something along those lines, or salmon. But so I am pretty much done with the meal prep. I think this time around, and I want to sit down and talk about like why I decided to go ahead and compete and what I'm hoping, things that I've learned. It's been so long since I've been into the competition era, and I know a lot of people have been asking like when I was going to compete again. So hopefully I'll be able to answer your questions now. If you do have any other further questions, just ask me down in the comments below, and I'll try to get my very best to answer them. So basically, let's just start off with like what I'm going to be eating. Now, for the first 2 weeks, and yes, I do have a coach. I used to live in another state, so now I moved. So my coach is training me or telling me exactly what I should do and what I should eat, but like online basically. But because I've been a trainer for so long and a nutritionist, I pretty much already know what to eat. He just kind of breaks down the calories and stuff like that for me. So for the first 2 weeks, I'm on this calorie and macros, and I will list it down below in the description box. I don't have the piece of paper where I wrote it down with me. I don't know where I put it, so I don't remember on top of my head, but I have already meal prepped. Like I said, the only thing left is the chicken. And so in the morning I have my oatmeal and with protein powder, and then obviously you have to eat every 3 hours and space out your meals. So then my next meal is usually a protein shake, which I mix with water, and then it is 1.5 scoops of the protein powder. Tomorrow morning I will try to show you guys my breakfast and what protein powder I take. I really like it this time around. I wasn't a person to mix protein powder like with water because the thought of that was kind of like disgusting to me. But a couple of months ago, somebody tried to get me to try a new flavor of the protein powder, and he mixed it in water. And I was actually shocked that I didn't want to gag, because the thought of that is just very nasty. You know, when it's like a vanilla caramel flavor, you think, oh, you should just have it with milk. And last time I did have milk, so like there was the bulk of my calories right there. So, you know, I do feel though that all this time that I took off, obviously I was educating myself, you know, nutrition, training, stuff like that, and being kind of disciplined in my eating, which was very, very important for your off season, is that you need to treat it just like it would be if it was your prep, because you're hoping to get back on stage again. So you have to remain consistent and be disciplined even in your normal lifestyle. It's okay to eat foods here and there sometimes, but like at least 80% of the time you do have to be still restricted, because you have it in the back of your mind that you are going to be stepping on stage again. So it's not like you're gonna take your off season, eat whatever, and then it's like, oh, now you suddenly want to compete and you're just gonna get on prep and you think you're gonna have a miraculous body and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that. Your body, you're building it in your off season. It's very, very important. I think I took my off season pretty seriously. I did enjoy myself. Like I said, I moved states, so like I moved my jobs, and I used to work in office, so like a 9 to 5, which obviously you have to be a little bit more structured in your meals and stuff. I eat out all the time, and I would go to the gym in the morning, then come back, shower, get ready, and then go to work. But now I have the luxury of just being at home and working from home. So I feel like this prep is going to be a lot more better, especially when it's closer to my show, because I don't have people telling me how small I look or telling me that your food is disgusting and stuff like that, because people who can't relate to your lifestyle and your goals and what your passion is, it's very hard to tell them and explain to them. So I'm glad I don't have to do that. And also it is very good because I get to like eat and use the bathroom like I want to, you know, like every 3 hours I could just step a little bit away, warm up my food, and then get back to work or whatever. And obviously working from home, you don't have to deal with a lot of people. So depending on how you are, whenever you don't have food in your body, either you're cranky, either you're upset, either you're sad, lots of emotions go on, especially when you're not able to eat the delicious foods that you once were. It can take a toll on your mental health and stuff like that. So it's good that, you know, it's not people-oriented kind of job. I know how that felt last time. It was very hard. You do have to like put this face on while you're going through like so many emotions, and it's so hard to deal with that. The only downside I would say is that because I live alone, I don't have like family consistently here, and you know, friends. Obviously the lifestyle kind of changes, so you don't get to hang out with your friends all the time. Like right now I just got off of work, I went to the grocery store, and now I started meal prepping, and now I want to also shoot content for you guys as much as I can in these 14 weeks. So it's like you don't have time to either hang out with them, or if you're gonna hang out with your friends, you know they're gonna want to drink or eat, and well, you can't because you have to eat every 3 hours. So you have to like pack your meals, or you're just gonna have to invite them to your place and you're just gonna chit chat, and then that's it. I don't feel like I mind if people are eating around me that's like fast food or normal people kind of food. I don't get upset. It's not like I don't want to hang out with them and stuff like that, but you kind of have to be a little bit more disciplined. You have your own little world in life that you have to pursue, not to mention like you still have to practice in your posing. We'll make like a supplement video, but I think I'm just gonna include that in the morning, what supplements I take. I know I did that a lot where I changed a lot of my supplements, but this time around I don't think it will drastically change. Obviously I'm gonna have my multivitamins, I will have my fiber intake is very important, especially eating all this protein, and my digestive enzyme. So those 3 are like my staple. I doubt anything's gonna change, but yeah, I think that this prep with the food, I'm gonna have a better relationship just because I've done it once already, but also because I've done my research a lot about nutrition, and now I know like what foods I can have, which ones are calorically dense, you know, which ones are okay to have when you're trying to lose weight. So I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this prep a little bit more, and having that time to take off, like doing my life, you know, getting my career situated, and then like traveling. If you haven't watched my travel vlogs, I traveled a lot last year as well. I just feel like now was the good place to just go ahead and compete because I knew I wanted to, but muscle building takes a very long time. That's why I say like your off season is so important because you're still chasing a bigger goal. So you have to train as an if you are going to be competing, you know? And I would say my workouts were intense. I did like a mini cut earlier in the year, but just to kind of see where I was and stuff like that. And then I went back into the bulk. It was kind of hard because I came out from a job that I was not happy with as well. And obviously if you're not happy, it takes a toll on your mental health, and I stress eat. So, you know, I was picking foods that were very convenient for me, but not so convenient and good for my health, even though I was still going to the gym. So I felt like now when I've made a lot of like personal changes in my life, I'm able to kind of like bring back my life into competing. So much goes on when you're competing. It's not like you're just gonna eat healthy to say, because towards the end it doesn't really get healthy. But there's like a lot of things, and you have to be like emotionally ready, you have to be financially ready, and you have to be physically ready, and those things play a big part. And if you're already dealing with life, like drastic crisis and changes in your life, you're still gonna have to deal with them even when you're in prep. And depending on how you handle situations, it could be a lot more worse or it could be a lot more better. It just however you are as an individual. So you will still have to take that into consideration. I've taken consideration that your social life will cease to exist because you're always meal prepping, you are always training, and you're always tired, and you're probably working. So that does play a big role in all this. So as far as nutrition, like I said, I'm doing this for 2 weeks. Whatever I meal prepped, I'm gonna weigh myself, and then we're going to readjust my macros for the next couple of weeks. I don't know how that's gonna be, but I will keep you guys updated in what changes and what changed. As far as my training goes, at the moment, I am not doing cardio yet. I do wake up around 4 in the morning. I don't know why, I've been doing this for a long time now, that I just feel like at my fullest when I work out that early. And I usually have like a pre-workout snack, and then I'll hit the gym. I'll have my pre-workout. I'll show you guys what I have. And then I have my banana or my apple. I think I'm on apple right now. And then I will go to the gym and work out. Good morning, everyone. I just got to the gym this morning, and then I just showered, so like that's why my bangs are all over the place. Like I said yesterday, I'm just having oats, so this is about half a cup. And I put water in here. I mix it with water, and then I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for like a minute. But I just put just a little bit of water until like my oats are fully covered. And then the main thing that I wanted to show you guys was the protein powder that I take. So I got this from my local supplement store. I actually really like this because it does have 34 grams of protein. This is one protein powder that I've had that I don't have like my upset stomach, because I can't have whey. It doesn't sit with me well, so I have to opt for like isolate or something a little bit more that's good for my stomach. And this one is actually really good. And this is what the nutrition facts are. And like I said, like 1.5 of this, and then 1.5 like with the protein shake, and that fills me up pretty much for my meal, so I don't feel hungry. But this is the only one that I really like that I'm like mixing with water, even though it's a vanilla flavor. They have like a mango one, I believe, that I'm really keen to try it out next time. But this one is by far one of the best, and it's like in a really big tub and stuff like that. So I really like this one, just because of the grams of how much protein you're gonna get, versus like most are 20 to 25. So I love this one. And just to show you some other supplements that I take this pre-workout, which I really like this one. It's really good. I mean, it's one of my favorites. bucked up pre-workouts are always good anyway, and I'm actually a brand ambassador for this brand, so I will link the discount code below so you can try it out for yourself. But this one is like really good. It's geared towards like women, and usually I don't like those because they don't like have enough of the caffeine that I need, so I have to opt for something a little bit regular. I had this one from Rise. That's really good. This one is a classic grape bazooka flavored, so bubblegum flavored. It's not my favorite though. It used to be until I got this one, and I was like, oh my god, like it's weird because I have this one for leg day because I need a little bit more energy and power, and this one I have for upper body. So I still use them because I hate wasting them, but this one's not my favorite. I would not repurchase this one. This one I would definitely repurchase. And then I take my digestive enzymes because I have so much protein and fiber and carbs, and I need to digest well. So this is very important. Moving to the other vitamins that I take and supplements is this one, the multivitamins. It's a gummy one. I like this one a lot, and you only need like one a day, and there's like 60 gummies in there. And for extra boost of fiber, I take these fiber gummies, and there's a papaya flavor. It has like 3 grams of fiber, but I take 2 of these in a day, just because I need that extra boost of fiber. So I hope you guys liked this video and showed you guys a little bit of some supplements I take, what I have for breakfast, and like I said, I will keep you guys updated in my journey.